Yes. The Madden NFL video game released their initial Ring of Honor yesterday. It included Barry Sanders, Deion Sanders, Randy Moss, Lawrence Taylor, and Tony Gonzalez. Shannon, any issues with this list?
Hell yeah. I ain't got no problem with the guys on the list, but they got an omission, a glaring one. Michael Vick. No player belongs on Madden more than Michael Vick. Skip, the Falcons was trash, but you played with him because of one guy. He was untackleable. And you played with the Atlanta Falcons. Skip, man, the Falcons was trash on Madden.
So what's up with that? How do you explain it?
I don't know.
Well, it is glaring.
Yes.
I mean, it's so glaring. It's like inexplicable. Like it.
Because you look at Barry, okay, Skip, we got no problem with Barry because Barry was untackleable in real life, so you know you're not going to be able to tackle him on the game. I got no problem with Time, Randy, LT, the defensive player, and Gonzo. Okay, but how can you have a Madden, a Ring of Fame, Hall of Fame, or whatever you want to call it, without Michael Vick? Skip, he was the... He like Bo Jackson and Tecmo Bowl.
Okay, I got it. I can only speculate. Are some people holding against Michael what happened off the field to Michael?
Nah,
are they still afraid of that, to put him in the Hall of Fame? Or the Ring of Honor, or whatever it's called?
Hold on. Name the guys. Barry, Deion, Randy, LT. And they ain't hold nothing against LT? Come on, let's be...
But it wasn't as publicized as Michael was. I mean, Michael did have to do time.
Yes.
Okay.
And like I said, I got... The guys, everybody that's in there, the two Sanders, Randy, and LT, and Gonzo. But Skip, hey, look here. I'm bored. We got a boycott. Hey, fan petition. Michael Vick got to be in the original class. Skip is like the original class of the Hall of Baseball, Hall of Fame.
I am so with you, and I've said this many times on this show. I believe in Michael Vick off the field because he paid his price.
He paid his price. He's a great dude off the field.
All right. Now, one other issue, not by omission, but by actually being on this list was Tony Gonzalez. And I like Tony a lot, but, okay, look, I don't play Madden. You've played it some in your time. Some. Okay. This is about spectacular to me, right?
Yes.
Okay. Was Barry the most spectacular? Yes. Okay. Was Deion? It's not even close. Randy Moss? Yes. It's a deep threat.
You put Randy in over Jerry? Skip.
Okay. Okay. But Jerry was boring to watch. So it's that Tom Brady syndrome of you're so good, you make it look effortless, and it doesn't work on Madden. It's not that fun to watch, right?
Yes.
Tony Gonzalez was also in that class of boring to watch to me because it wasn't spectacular. Like Gronk was more Godzilla, you brought up earlier in the show, or Mongo, if you know Blazing Saddles. That's Gronk. I'm Gronk. Well, that was spectacular in a weird way where he's just dominant, where you can't get him on the ground. Okay, well, he would belong in there ahead of Tony Gonzalez to me. In fact,
or Kelsey.
Okay, but I think it's X.
You got to be,
You can't be current, right? That's what I'm. Okay, I'll just throw this out. Watching you were way more spectacular than Tony Gonzalez because you were big play Shea. So when you caught the ball, it was like a spectacular thing happened.
Gonzo was just hard. He just consistent.
Yeah, he was the ultimate possession receiver because he's a basketball player. So he just would screen you off and catch the ball. And it's not like he's a big breakaway threat. No, right?
But Skip, I mean, the two guys Skip, I mean, Detroit. It wasn't like Detroit was winning all the time, but you played with Detroit because of why? Barry. You played with the Falcons because of why? Mike Vick. And for Mike not to be in the original members of the Ring of Fame and Madden, Skip, I can't look.
Hey, the Michael Vick experience was unlike anything I have ever witnessed, and I only saw it via television. But you want to talk about must-see TV? He was the most, he was, for my eyesight, my vision, he was even more electrifying than Barry Sanders was.
Skip, if he was Lamar Jackson and Justin Fields rolled up into one. I mean, hey, when he dropped back, you're like, please don't throw it. Please, a receiver be covered so Mike can take off running. You hope the receivers were covered. You hope Roddy White and Algie Crumpler was covered so he could just take off and run. Because in open field, everybody just stand, crazy.
It's crazy.
And how this man, like I said, Skip, all those, man, I like those old helmets. I like all the old helmets. The Falcons helmet, crazy. Yep. I like the Giants. But Skip, no Mike Vick, who we need to call? Who we need to talk to? Because they say if it's in the game, it's in the game. He should be in the game. He should be in the ring of fame.
Okay, so talk me through this one. There was this guy who we think is retired, but we're not sure, who might at some point in a year from now work at this network, and his name is Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr.
Right.
He is the GOAT.
Right.
He has won 7 Super Bowls and 10 appearances,
right.
and in one of those Super Bowls, he threw for an all-time playoff record 505 right. yards, albeit right. in a loss. But help me out because I don't play. So none of that translates to Madden.
Nope.
Okay?
Nope.
Because it's boring?
It's boring. It's boring. You want guys that are unguardable, untackleable. Okay. Barry Sanders, Michael Vick, guys that just like wow you. Bo Jackson in Tecmo Bowl. I just don't get this, Skip. I don't get it. I mean, even when I guess the Warriors weren't playing, I'm trying to think in basketball who would be in 2K, a team that's terrible but just light you up. But Michael Vick, that's Madden. Everybody, I'm telling you, because the guys that when I was in the league, Skip, guys playing, and I'm like, man, why you playing with the Falcons? They trash. Michael Vick ain't trash though, and that's what you want. Hey, just take off running with Vick, and it's over. It's over now, Skip. The Mike Vick thing, we got to do I don't know who put this list together. Hey, all the guys up there, fine. But without Mike Vick, you got to have 6 of them. Mike Vick got to be in the original class.
Okay. Deion Sanders, I think we agree.
Yeah.
Easily the best cornerback
punt
ever.
Return, kick return. Yeah, absolutely.
Hand behind the head.
Yeah, he started.
Yep.
Yes. The true definition of a shutdown.
Yep.
Shutdown. Now, you know, when you hear shutdown, Skip, guy going to slot, nah, we like our guys, you know, we just play slot. Time went to the slot,
yep.
Time travel.
Yep.
When they say time travel,
yep.
that's what they mean.
Yep.
Time travel.
Yep. My friend Barry Switzer, after his first practice getting to coach as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, won Deion Sanders when they acquired him from San Francisco via free agency. He pulled me aside and he said, it's like he's not governed by the same gravity the rest of us are. He can move this way and that way in ways no other human could move.
You had to see him in person. Some things you have to see, you know, Skip, you see it on television, like some things you have to see with your own eyes in person to watch to see just how special he is. It was like he's running on clouds. His feet barely touch the ground.
Yeah. And what I love about Deion is he's beating the system because we talked about Michael Jordan finally is putting his majority share up for sale because the truth is he just has failed as the owner and operator of the Charlotte Hornets.
Right.
He's so great that he can't really understand or comprehend what these other mortals have to be, why some can play and some can't play.
Right.
Yet Deion is translating as a coach, and I think he's going to do great things at Colorado because he can communicate it to kids, none of whom are ever going to be Deion Sanders, probably including his son, right?
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So it's a beautiful thing to watch because it's hard to do what Deion is doing as easily the great. He's beyond. I know Revis and I used to get into it about it and in a good way, but Revis used to defend himself. Listen, Deion.
Yeah, I love Revis. I think he's unbelievable, Skip. Well, the thing is, what made Revis, he was so fundamentally sound, Skip. He never went for the initial move. He was a lot stronger. He was compact. He was a lot stronger. He had really long arms.
He did.
So he did a great job of what we call steering a receiver. And then he'd run you. He could locate the ball, and then he'd pin you to the sideline, and basically the guy would have to drop the ball in the bucket. Well, you're not going to have a whole lot of success doing that. But if you say, give me one corner, you get one corner. I ain't taking nobody over time.
Hey.
I ain't taking nobody over time.
He was the biggest reason San Francisco won a Super Bowl, and then the biggest reason Dallas won a Super Bowl because both teams could just say, okay, you got that side of the field, and whatever happens over here, we'll try to figure it out.
At some point, Skip, teams would try to throw the ball at Revis. And they would try to throw the ball at even elite corner that you take Darryl Green, you take Rod Woodson, who I played with, who later transitioned to safety, whomever, Aeneas, whomever, Mel. There were games, time uniform would look just like he just put it on. Because they're not throwing it out there. You're not trying to prove a point. We go into the game and say we don't have to prove that we can complete a pass on Deion Sanders. But we going to eat that other guy up.
Mm-hmm.
He going to get about 10 balls thrown at him for about 200 yards.
Yep.
Time might have 0 for 0 because we ain't got nothing to prove to him.
There was only one time in my life watching Deion that they threw balls at Deion, and it was when Dallas fell behind 21-0 in the NFC Championship game. And Troy said, I got no choice. I got 88 over there on 21.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw it to Michael Irvin.
Right.
And it was the all-time
battle.
It was.
Yes.
And they prevailed. Deion's team prevailed in the end.
And so he said, hey, throw my way.
Yeah.
Tell the band to get ready to play. Well, whatever our fight song is, you about to hear it. So, yeah. But skip Michael Vick.
I know.
I think that's going to be universal. I think if we were to take a poll and they like, hey, okay, we like Barry as a no-brainer. Obviously, the guy, you know.
Yeah. No, I got it. They're all good, except I'm not sure how Tony Gonzalez got on there, but whatever.
And no, a defense. I mean, normally we skip. You talk about video game. You're not really thinking defensive players. But LT was so great, you got to throw a defensive player on there anyway.
Spectacular.
And if we got no kicker, I mean, you got to go kick. I guess Bill Terry would have been the kicker.
Yeah.
Although until Justin Tuck retires, and then he gonna be up there.
Oh, Woody. Whew.
I can hear all of the amens coming from Flowery Branch right now, Shannon.
Yeah, yes.
Coming up next, let's head up to New England. Gentlemen, do the Patriots have a quarterback controversy on their hands? We'll dive into that in just a moment.